The missing persons case of 12-year-old Jie Zhao Li, born 1975, like no other, has been on the minds of Hawaii residents for almost 40 years. She was selling Zippy's chili tickets for a fundraiser for her class, door to door, in her neighborhood on February 11th of 1988. I was residing at Huene Street, which was not that far from where she went missing on Nuuanu Avenue in Honolulu. Jie Zhao was a student at Royal Elementary School in Honolulu, Hawaii in 1988. Her family lived in an apartment on Nuuanu Avenue, and she promised to return by approximately 6 p.m. Her mother gave her a wristwatch, and Jie Zhao said she would time herself when selling her tickets. She never returned home. Jie Zhao was last seen near the 7-Eleven convenience store on Nuuanu Avenue and Kuakini Street, just a few blocks from her home at approximately 4:45 p.m. I remember that 7-Eleven as my wife and I used to go there often since we lived close by. She approached people going in and out of the convenience store to ask if they wanted to buy her tickets. She was speaking to people as they were getting in and out of their cars, and witnesses stated she may have gotten into a Chevrolet sedan described as a 1955, 1956, or 1957 model. Later efforts to track down and question all the owners of vehicles that met that description net resulted in no leads. Jie Zhao's family began searching for her that evening. The authorities were brought in the following morning. In spite of a massive search, no trace of her was ever found. Investigators believe Jie Zhao was abducted by a non-family member, and foul play is suspected in her case. Among the many fragments of witness testimony gathered in the days after Jie vanished, one detail surfaced again and again: a man standing outside the 7-Eleven speaking with her shortly before she disappeared. Witnesses described him as a white male, likely in his 30s, with dirty blonde or light brown hair that looked unkempt, as though he had been outside for hours. His clothing was ordinary enough that no one remembered specifics, but his presence stayed with people, not because he did anything overtly alarming, but because he was one of the last adults seen interacting with Jie. Police took the accounts seriously. A composite sketch was created based on the descriptions, and for weeks it appeared in newspapers, on bulletin boards, and taped to storefront windows. The sketch showed a man with a narrow face, tired eyes, and that distinctive, fair, slightly messy hair. It was circulated widely, but no one ever came forward to identify him. No co-worker, no friend, no passerby recognized the face. He remained a ghost in the investigation, present in the narrative, but unreachable. What he said to Jie, if anything, is unknown. Whether he was simply a customer buying a drink or someone who noticed a young girl selling tickets alone is a question that has never been answered. He might have been harmless. He might have been the last person to see her alive. He might have been the reason she never came home. He wasn't someone anyone recognized, not a neighbor, not a regular customer, not a familiar face from the area. He was simply there, lingering near the entrance, watching the flow of people and cars. When asked if he thinks she's still alive, Detective Diaz responded, "Well, I am among the group of people who believe that she met with foul play." Now that being said, I would pray that I'm wrong, that nothing happened to her, and that somehow, somewhere she's alive, and somehow she will come forward if she is alive. Jie Zhao was born in China and immigrated to the United States 3 years before her disappearance. Her family has kept the same telephone number since 1988 in case she tries to contact him. Her case remains unsolved. On behalf of Mrs. Li, her mom, she would like to extend her heartfelt appreciation to the news media, HPD, the AG's office, and all the other organizations which have so tirelessly assisted on this tragedy. Although it's been 38 years since she still thinks of Jie Zhao every single day and still hopes for information leading to her recovery without fail. If you have any information that can help solve this cold case, contact Crime Stoppers at 808-955-8300 or Missing Child Center Hawaii at 808-586-1449.